Good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here today as we continue to look at the book of Proverbs, and specifically in this chapter, in chapter 2, we are looking at the benefits of wisdom. What comes from, we have been told to pursue wisdom. Now, the writer suggests why we should pursue wisdom. And we'll be starting in verse 20 today. And in verse 20, he says, "That thou mayest walk in the ways of good men and keep the paths of the righteous, for the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it." Excuse me. One of the benefits, and perhaps one of the main benefits of seeking God for wisdom, is that then it helps us, gives us the skills we need to recognize wisdom in others, which then helps us to um, choose carefully who we're going to uh, surround ourselves with, who are going to be our closest advisors and friends. And I am not one, and I don't even believe it's biblical. I don't think we should isolate ourselves and cut ourselves off from all lost people. Uh, just the opposite. I think we should. I think every believer should have at least one unsaved person who they are actively working to share the gospel with, to bring to know Jesus Christ. But what we're talking about here is where we get our counsel, where we gain our where our examples come from. Those who we choose to model our life after, those who we choose to again be our advisors and closest friends. Those who we choose to have our closest association with, again, that we learn from, to use the biblical phrase again, that iron sharpens iron. There's just something, and I don't know about women, but I'll say something about men, and men listening, if you're honest, you know that's true. What I'm about to say is true. You get a group of men together, and typically, maybe not always, but typically, um, we will come down to a nice way to, we'll come down to the lowest level in the group. Generally, the wisest, smartest in the group, everybody else doesn't come up to his level. We go down to, and again, we end up getting ourselves in trouble. Very seldom you see someone getting in trouble in life all by themselves. Usually there's a group of people involved, and at some point. And this is what the psalmist, the writer of Proverbs, is talking about here. That we get our counsel, we get our advice, we get our examples from other wise people, from good men, he calls them here, and that leads us then to dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. That it gives us a peaceful, joyful life when we are wise and we are learning from other wise people. And that's a challenge for us sometimes. I understand that, but it's something we need to preach and practice. We need to be teaching our young people that, our children, our grandchildren, But most of all, we need to be modeling that. And to sum it up, and I don't know who said this first, I've probably said this probably as we went through Psalms, and maybe even already here in the book of Proverbs. Um, are the people we associate with making us more like God, bringing us closer to God, or are they taking us further from God? And then the second half of that question is, are we helping our friends and family become closer to God or further from God? You think about that today as you consider, are you walking in the way of the good man? Have a great day. We'll see you here tomorrow.